All right. Good afternoon, all of you. Am I audible here? Good evening, all of you. Thank you, Sanjana. Yes, that's a kind of a Adesh. I hope you can guess it. I am quite loud, actually. So I just wanted to know what can you make out of the first slide? It's a quite a cheeky slide. Kiran, that you have to guess. Actually, everything is written over there. This is a kind of a reaction we are going to study today. You can think whatever comes to your head. Actually, you are yes, Khushi, you are right. Actually, this is probably a third class at the stretch. I didn't wanted you to start with the big organic compounds. No, Advait, it is not a conversion between these two. All right, Meghna, I can understand. Yes, Vani, you are almost there. No, Pranam, nothing related to that. Yes, Athar, empty syllabus is first year full syllabus, right? Till hydrocarbons. I'm just trying to see what all comes to your head when you see this. Right. Chalo, let's end this. I hope some of you who was very big fans of these cartoons would have felt nostalgic after seeing them, because there are many of you who have forgotten during this preparation of exams your childhood. So just to bring it to your head again, I just kept it there. I personally like only one cartoon, that is Tom and Jerry, nothing else. Yes, Pranav, I can understand, but this is kind of for those. Next time I'll bring Virat Kohli versus some very great bowler, right? I'll try to mix sports versus cartoon. I'll try to do that, Kiran. Let's see. Ben 10 also. Yeah. Yes, Pradyuman, I can see your chat. Okay, Kirtan. He's retired, by the way. Yeah, Tripti. Yes, we'll get that, Chandan. Don't worry. Pradyuman, I didn't read the last message. Right. Cool. So let's begin today's class. Probably last the first year. So let's end it on a good note, right? Right. So I have pretty good number of suggestions. I'll try to take care of them. Let's see next time. Yeah. So what you can make out here is you have two big celebrities in cartoon over here, right? You have two big celebrities over here. They are quite fascinated about each other. You can guess the better reasons why. They are quite attracted to each other, right? So one of them here says, you are so electron rich, just like benzene. Benzene is quite a rich electron rich species. Then the other one says, yes, I can understand your desperateness for the electrons. You're quite desperate about electrons. That's why you have come to me. So basically, this person is acting as a benzene, and this person is very dying of electrons. It is very what do we say? He's hungry for electrons, right? So these two together decided they will do ESR. What is ESR? Electrophilic substitution reaction. But the problem is none of them know what is electrophilic substitution reaction. So one of them called me, sir, can you please explain what is ESR? So that's what I'm going to do today. So to help these poor kids out, right? To help these poor kids out, I'll try to do this. All right. So shall we begin? Shall we begin? So this is just an idea to put a reaction in front of you. Yeah. So let's start it around. Yeah. So students, today's reaction, what we are going to study, we have to study its mechanism also, right? And one very important thing about this reaction, let me tell you, is it is really, really very important in the whole organic chemistry. You will study this reaction in the whole organic chemistry. So let me tell you, this is very important. When we start this, if you don't understand at any point of time, please feel free to ask. I know you are tired, but you need to show some energy, right? So yeah, let's start. So students, I'll start with a reaction which we have already studied, right? So let's start with a reaction that we have already studied. Yeah. So if you remember, yeah. So if you remember, we have studied, there is a reaction if you take this kind of species. I have little imbalance over here. Just give me a minute. Yes. Voice is cracking. Pranav, I didn't get your point. So maybe Chetan and Chaitra, maybe it is due to your internet's instability. That might happen, right? So you can see I'm taking this molecule called cyclohexene. We have seen this reaction that an alkene, when treated with Br2 in CCl4, right? Br2 in CCl4. Can anybody tell me which type of reaction it is? And what will I get as the product? What type of reaction it is and what will I get as a product? I'll get a trans. Abhishek, check again. What type of reaction it is? Monisha, check again. What type of reaction it was and what was our product? Gangadhar, check again. Prajwal, check again. Ganesh, check again. Chetan, you are right. Adesh, you also check again. Yes, Sonali, you are right. So all of you have forgotten that it is a basically addition of bromine anti to each other. It is not hydroboration. It is not HBr addition. And I asked you, it follows which mechanism? I asked you, it follows which mechanism? It follows electrophilic addition mechanism. Electrophilic addition reaction. And we used to get cyclic bromonium ion, remember? And then after that, another Br minus used to come and attack. Ring opening happens. Remember this reaction, right? One Br you get above the plane and other Br you get below the plane, right? It used to follow electrophilic addition reaction. I hope you remember this. And carbocation was also formed in this reaction. Yes? Good. Now, if I take another alkene like this, apart from this double bond, I'll keep one double bond here, one double bond here. Then it is benzene, and I react it with Br2CCl4, right? it will show no reaction. Why it will show no reaction? Cyclohexene reacts, but benzene is also an alkene. It does not react. And during this reaction, I told you in the mechanism that this bond, if it breaks like this, you get a delta plus Br electrophile, and pi bonds attack your Br plus. This was the mechanism. So electron rich pi bond was there. This is what we had studied. Yes, Ravi Kiran, very good. So Ravi Kiran has answered very correctly here. Why benzene will not react here easily is because we have studied benzene is aromatic. Therefore, it is stable. Aromaticity is one of the biggest factors for stability. So therefore, yes, Meghna. So benzene will not show this reaction. I hope it is clear. Just a minute, students. I hope this point is clear. Right? Now, one more thing you can understand over here is that if benzene do not show this reaction, then how do we add bromine or any other halogen to benzene? Kiran, I might have forgot that. I might not have seen that. There are a lot of messages. Sorry for that. Right? So what I was saying here is, if you can't add bromine to benzene in this method, then what is the method to add benzene? For that, we use electrophilic substitution reaction. Very good, Vijayalakshmi. For that, we use electrophilic substitution reaction. Now we are going to start that reaction. Yes. Jainam, neutral FeCl3 is not the method for that. Neutral FeCl3 has some other purpose, right? So therefore we use electrophilic substitution reaction. So now I hope you understand why we use electrophilic substitution reaction, right? Yes. Yeah. That is your catalyst, Meghna, actually. Now let's see what is the reaction. I'll tell you first the reaction part, right? So you'll take a benzene. All of us know that benzene has 6 hydrogen. All of us know that benzene has 6 hydrogen. If you substitute one of these hydrogen with an electrophile, right? Some electrophile it can be, right? And your hydrogen, let us say, is replaced by E electrophile, then we say it is a electrophilic substitution reaction because hydrogen has been substituted by electrophile. Now, to know all this, we need to know what is an electrophile. So I will tell you 3 points about electrophile. Please pay attention. Electrophiles are of 3 types according to how I rate the electrophiles. Many books follow many approaches. I follow the following. So your electrophile can be neutral. It can be positively charged, right? And it can be a temporary electrophile. Any of these 3, right? Whatever it is, one thing which is common in it is, one thing which is common in all the electrophiles are, all the efficient species. That means they will have incomplete octet. They will have incomplete octet. So electrophiles are the species which are electron deficient. They are having incomplete octet. I hope it is clear, students. At any point of time, if there is anything which you have not understood, please message on the chat. Now let us take the examples. If I take the example of a neutral electrophile, right? You can take the example of BF3, AlCl3, right? So if you take BF3, we have already studied BF3 in P block. The hybridization of boron over here is sp2, and boron also has one empty p orbital here. And let us see its octet: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 6 electron species. So it is electron deficient. So I can say BF3 will act as a electrophile. Similarly, AlCl3 will also act as a electrophile. Yes, Vijayalakshmi, you are 100% right. Right? That is the reason to remove this electron deficiency. Fluorine back donates its lone pair of electron, and that bonding is known as back bonding. All right. Now, positively charged species. So what is positively charged species, right? If you take NO2 plus, if they are positively charged, means they are electron deficient by itself. Any halogen plus, H plus is also an electrophile, right? R plus, that means carbocations are also electrophile. All these are different examples of electrophiles which are positively charged. If something is positively charged, definitely it is short of its electron. That's the reason. Yes, Chandan, you're right. It will be a coordinate bond, Chandan. Now coming to the temporary electrophile, this is very important part. All of you please pay attention. So what happens is, if you take RC double bond O H, let us say aldehyde. Now among carbon and oxygen, we know oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. So due to minus I effect, this oxygen will acquire delta minus, whereas this carbon will acquire delta plus charge. Why? Because oxygen is withdrawing electron. So is this carbon electron deficient center here? Is this carbon electron deficient center here? Yes, it is. It is electron deficient, but it is not forever. It is not complete positive charge. It is a delta plus charge which is there because of oxygen. So how reaction occurs here? If you take any negatively charged species, let us say any N minus species. So this bond will break like this. Oxygen will get a negative charge, carbon will get a positive charge, and N minus will attack your carbon having a positive charge. So that you'll get RCO minus H. Carbon having a positive charge will get N. N, let's say, is your nucleophile. Right? This is how you classify the electrophiles into three categories. Any doubt in these three types of electrophile, students? Please ask. I'm giving you a window of 5 seconds. If you have any doubts in these three electrophiles, please ask. I'm going towards the electrophilic substitution reaction examples with mechanism. Yes. Last electrophile, Naren, what happens here is, due to minus I effect of oxygen, the carbon here will get a positive charge. That means it will become, because oxygen is minus I effect of oxygen means oxygen is withdrawing electron from carbon. So that carbon will become electron deficient. So if this bond breaks like this, Naren, oxygen will get a negative charge, carbon will get a positive charge. So any negatively charged species can bind to carbon having a positive charge over here. Right? So I hope it is clear now, Naren. Uday, I have repeated the temporary one. R has, yes, obviously, Ravi Kiran, you are 100% right. That also considers my next question. That is, if you have to ask me, sir, which is having better electrophilic character, RCOCl, RCOH, RCOR, right? These are three species, correct? Yes, Meghna, you're right. That is what I have done. So you can see here, how do I answer among 1, 2, and 3? What is the order of electrophilicity? Order of electrophilicity. So as very rightly said by one of your friend, you can see here, all three of them have one alkyl group. So this we can't compare. We can see Cl has a minus I effect, and we know halogens are the exception where minus I is greater than plus R. So Cl will show what effect here? Minus I. Hydrogen, no effect. Alkyl group, plus I effect. So if plus I effect means alkyl group will donate electrons to carbon. If it donate electron to carbon, the delta plus charge here will decrease and electrophilicity will also decrease. Whereas in this case, Cl will withdraw electron. If it withdraw electron from this carbon, delta plus charge on this carbon will increase, electrophilicity will increase. Very good, students. I've got the answers, but Vijayalakshmi, you need to check your answer again. Abhishek, Naren, you are right. Even some of you else also has answered this. So many of you have answered it correctly. Ketki, you are also right. So the correct order here comes out to be 1 greater than 2 greater than 3. All right. Yes, Chetan, you are also right. So I hope the concept of electrophilicity is clear to you. When somebody say you electrophile, do not say only positively charged species. Electrophiles are electron deficient. They may be permanently electron deficient, having complete positive charge, or they may be temporarily electron deficient. That means partial positive charge. I hope it is clear, right? Yes, Aishwarya, you are also right. I hope this thing is clear to everyone. Yes? Any doubts? Please ask. Yes. Thank you, Bhumika. So let's move ahead then, right? So now let's take the electrophilic substitution reaction examples. So we need to see the examples. So students, remember one thing, the general reaction will remain same. That means one hydrogen will be replaced by electrophile. That's only going to happen in these reactions. Now electrophile will change according to the reaction, right? Yeah, Abhishek. H, I will check it next time. Right. So let's consider it, right? So if I take benzene in the center, so students, please pay attention. If I take benzene in the center, above the arrow, I will write reagent. Below the arrow, I will write its electrophile, right? So if I treat benzene with X2, remember X2 is halogen, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. In the presence of anhydrous, this is anhydrous, AlX3 or FeX3, right? Any of these two. These two are acting as catalyst, right? What are their function? We'll see in mechanism. If you take this, right? If you take this, your electrophile generated in this case is X plus. That means your hydrogen will be replaced by X. So you'll get halogen on benzene. Your product obtained will be halobenzene, right? So now next, I'll take their mechanisms also. Let me take all the examples first. So now next reaction we can take over here is, if I add concentrated HNO3 plus concentrated H2SO4, this is a reagent, right? If I add this reagent, then my electrophile here comes out to be NO2 plus, nitronium ion. This has been asked many times in CET and NEET, right? So the electrophile that we get over here is nitronium ion, and I told you, you have to replace hydrogen by your electrophile. So your product will be hydrogen is replaced by electrophile, that is, you'll get benzene. Right? I should write hydrogen or benzene are identical. So it can replace any of those, right? Now next is, by the way, let me give you the name of the reactions also. This reaction is known as halogenation. This reaction is known as nitration of benzene. All of you have done it in your first years. You have done its mechanism also, it comes in your PU board exam, correct? The mechanism of this comes in your PU board exam. Now next what you can do is, if you take concentrated H2SO4, your electrophile generated in this case is SO3H, right? There is a Shreyas, if you take one equivalent, only mono substitution will happen. If you take two equivalent, then di substitution will happen. That depends upon how much reagent you are taking. Now, if you take concentrated H2SO4, then the reaction is known as sulfonation. All right. And electrophile is SO3H. Mind it, many books will also give you electrophiles as SO3. Right. So I'm writing here either SO3H or SO3. Both are correct. There is nothing wrong here. The reaction is sulfonation. Now, what will get attached at benzene? Hydrogen will be replaced by SO3H. Right. So hydrogen will be replaced by SO3H. Right. So 1, 2, 3. 3 reactions are over. Now let's take the last reaction that we need to study. That is my Friedel-Crafts reaction. Now next is Friedel-Crafts reaction. Right? Charan, abhi to we have not considered the meta only. No, meta will come when we do the electrophilic addition once more time. Right now, you are adding only one electrophile. One electrophile does not decide ortho meta para. Now, if you add one more electrophile with respect to this, either ortho meta para, where it will go, we will see that. Let us first finish this. Yes, it is. This compound is sulfonic acid, by the way. Right? Now, in this case, you have 2 reactions. Let us see what are those 2 reactions. Right? So you can have either Friedel-Crafts FC alkylation, or you can have Friedel-Crafts acylation. Right? Friedel-Crafts alkylation and acylation. Now, let me tell you the reagent that you can use. Right? So the reagent used for Friedel-Crafts alkylation is alkyl halide. This is halogen. This is alkyl group. And electrophile generated in this case is R+. And you add a catalyst anhydrous AlX3. You add a catalyst anhydrous AlX3. Now, can you tell me what is R+ here? Can anybody tell me what is R+ here? Yes, Umesh. Can you tell me what is R+ here? Jainam, check yourself again. Very good, Adesh. Carbocation it is. It is carbocation. Now, all of you, please recall, what does carbocation do? What does carbocation do? What can carbocation do? Yes, very good, Kushal. Very good, Jagruti. All of you, right? Very good. So carbocation, as soon as it is formed, it will show rearrangement. Do not forget this, students. Wherever a carbocation is formed, it will show rearrangement. Right? That's most important part in the whole organic chemistry. Now, so your electrophile is R+, students. So what will happen? Your one of the hydrogen will be replaced by R group. Right? R group. Now, acylation, same, everything same as alkylation, just between R and X, you take CO group, carbonyl group. RCOX in the presence of anhydrous AlX3 catalyst. Electrophile will not be R+, it will be RCO+. This is your electrophile. Positive charge is on CO carbon. So what will happen in this case? One of the hydrogen will be replaced by C double bond O R. Right? So this is all the Friedel-Crafts 5 reactions that we need to study. All 5 reactions that we need to study. Anybody having any doubt in any of these 5 reactions, please ask. I'm going to move ahead with the mechanism of the Friedel-Crafts reaction. Yes? Anybody having any doubt, please ask. No doubt. Very good. Friedel-Crafts alkylation, we get acid. No, I don't see any acid in Friedel-Crafts alkylation. I'll see the mechanism and tell you, don't worry. Kiran, you want to take screenshot? You can take screenshot, beta. The same PDF will be uploaded, so don't worry about it at all. I have summarized it. You can take a one screenshot. All of will come in one page. Kiran, everything will come on one page. Yes, Varsha, I am on the back page. Yes, Varsha, you can also take a screenshot. All right, done, students? Well, Varsha, is it done? Cool. Let's move ahead then and see the mechanism part. So students, Friedel-Crafts reaction mechanism occur in, it's a three-step mechanism. It's a three-step mechanism, right? Only the first step differs in all the reactions. Second and third step remains same, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write step 1 is generation of electrophile. How do you generate electrophile, right? Generation of electrophile, right? Just a minute. So generation of electrophile. So let's see how can you generate electrophile, right? What are the ways basically, right? Now, based on different reactions, there are different ways of generating the electrophile. So let me take all of them one by one, right? So first is halogenation. Let us see how do you generate electrophile in halogenation. So in halogenation, let me take X2, Cl2, Br2, whatever you want, you can take, and treat it with AlCl3. AlCl3. All right, kids. Just now we have seen that it is 6 electron species. That means aluminum is electron deficient here. What does that mean? Aluminum needs 2 electrons. Therefore, delta plus aluminum, this bond will break like this. Halogen will, you will, after breaking the bond, you'll get X plus and X minus. X minus is electron rich, whereas AlCl3 is electron deficient. So if it will have empty p orbital also, so X minus will donate lone pair of electrons to AlCl3, right? So that means you are getting X plus formed, and what is else formed? AlX4 minus. Now you can understand what is the role of adding anhydrous AlCl3 here. What is its role? Why we are adding anhydrous AlCl3 here? It is helping X2 to break and it is carrying this halogen. Therefore, we say your AlCl3 here act as a halogen carrier. It act as a halogen carrier. All right. So AlCl3 here act as a halogen carrier. Now, let me take the next reaction. That's the important one. Nitration reaction. So if I take nitration reaction, this is also pretty easy. So please pay attention. So among our reagent is nitric acid and sulfonic acid. Among nitric acid and sulfonic acid, which is the stronger acid, sulfuric acid or nitric acid? Nitric acid. So which is a stronger acid? Sulfuric acid. Very good. So if you add H2SO4 to it, sulfuric acid will give you H plus ion, right? Now, dehydration of alcohol mechanism. Please pay attention. Oxygen has lone pair of electron. H plus is given by acid. Oxygen will donate lone pair of electron to H plus. So that you'll get N, double bond O, dative bond O, OH. Oxygen has donated lone pair to H plus. So oxygen will get what charge? Positive charge, right? Then the bond, to neutralize this positive charge, this bond will break like this, right? And what will be released? Water is eliminated and nitrogen will get what charge? Nitrogen is going to get positive charge. That means you got your NO2 plus ion. All of you, please pay attention. You got All right, Gokul, I'll do that. Yes. So what did you get? You get NO plus. That means you got NO2 plus. That is your nitronium ion. You got your nitronium ion, right? So I'm repeating again. You got nitric acid, NO, double bond O, dative bond O, OH. It is just like dehydration of alcohol we had studied. Sulfuric acid will give H plus ion, right? Now oxygen is electron rich. It has lone pair of electron. So it will donate lone pair of electron to H plus. Now when it donate lone pair of electron to H plus oxygen, so oxygen will get what charge? Positive charge, right? It will get a positive charge. How to remove positive charge of oxygen? Why oxygen is getting positive charge? Because it is donating its electron. It is giving negative charge. So what will be charge left on it? Positive. So when you break this bond like this, oxygen will get negative. Positive negative will become neutral and eliminated as water molecule. And nitrogen here will get what charge? Positive. So you got your NO2 plus ion, right? Sanjana, I hope it is clear now. Yes, Sanjana, is it clear now? What is formed X plus in halogenation? Sonali, X plus is your electrophile, no? Sonali, I told you X plus is your electrophile. And let me write here, it can be, X can be chlorine, bromine, these two only, mainly these two only, right? Kayuri, in halogenation, what will happen? The bond X2 will break like this. Why it will break like this? Because you'll get X minus and you'll get X plus. So X minus now will donate a lone pair of electron to AlCl3. Why it is donating electron to AlCl3? Because AlCl3 is electron deficient, right? So that now AlCl3 will receive to form a coordinate bond, right? So AlCl3 will receive extra electron from X minus and form AlX4 minus. And what is left behind? X plus. And X plus is your electrophile. So Kayuri, it is clear now? Yes, Kayuri, is it clear now? There is H2SO4 in nitration also. Then why don't sulfonation happen there? It's the proportion, Netra. Netra, there are two reasons there. One is the ratio you are maintaining for nitric acid and sulfuric acid. That is one. Sulfuric acid is in relatively less amount, right? Second thing is NO2 plus is a better electrophile than SO3H, right? NO2 plus is a better electrophile than SO3H, right? That is the major reason, right? So I hope it is clear. What happens with H2SO4? So there is one HSO4 minus present. After it gives H2SO4, there will be HSO4 minus present in the solution. This HSO4 minus later on will take H plus again from water and again get converted to H2SO4. That means it will act as a catalyst because catalysts are not consumed in a reaction, they are regenerated. Very good, Vijayalakshmi, you're right. Just give me a minute, Janam. I'll answer that. Just let me finish this. All right. So I hope it is clear now. So the next few mechanisms, generation of electrophile is pretty easy. So just a minute. Yeah. So now the next nitration we have done, halogenation we have done. Let us take sulfonation, generation of electrophile also. So if you take sulfonation, right? Sulfonation is quite clear. You have H2SO4. So you'll get S double bond O, S double bond O, OH, OH. So one molecule of sulfuric acid exists like this. Other molecule of sulfuric acid will give H plus ion, right? Now there is a lone pair of electron, right? Same process like nitration. This H plus is coming from another molecule of H2SO4. So that you'll get S double bond O, double bond O, OH, OH2 plus. It will lose a molecule of water. After losing a molecule of water, it will form S double bond O, double bond O, OH, and plus charge. So this is your electrophile for sulfonation reaction, right? This is your electrophile for sulfonation reaction. I hope it is clear, right? Now, let's take Friedel-Crafts reaction. FC, Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Let us take first alkylation. So students, if you take alkylation, it is pretty easy. Among carbon and halogen, halogens are more electronegative. Again, you are taking AlCl3. I told you AlCl3 act as halogen carrier. It will take halogen with it. So this bond will break like this. Again, X minus will be formed. Carbocation is formed. X minus will donate lone pair of electron to AlCl3 or AlX3, whatever you take. Charan, in this H2SO4 itself act as a catalyst. So here H2SO4 is a self-catalyst. It acts as a reagent as well as catalyst. So now AlCl3 will take the X minus, and what do you get over here is R plus plus AlX4 minus formed. Let's say you had taken AlX3 here, assuming, right? Now you see this is just same as halogenation. So this is your electrophile. This is just same as halogenation. No change, same as halogenation. Now, let me now let us take the next example, that is Friedel-Crafts acylation. So if I take Friedel-Crafts acylation, all of you can see same thing, RCOX with AlCl3 anhydrous. Do not forget it is anhydrous, right? You can take X3 also here, right? So this bond will break like this. X minus will be formed and RCO plus is electrophile formed. Now that X minus will donate electron to AlCl3, right? So same process as halogenation. So this is your electrophile. So basically halogenation and Friedel-Crafts process is same. Nitration, sulfonation, it is same, almost generation of electrophile, right? Nitration, sulfonation, you're doing dehydration. You're removing water molecule. Now, I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt in this, please message on the chat. I'll try to clear. All right. So after this, the second step of mechanism is attack of electrophile. This is the most important step of mechanism. Attack of electrophile. Right? So remember one thing. When you write a mechanism, all steps of the mechanism may not be fast or may not be slow. Some step may be fast, some step may be slow, right? So please keep that in mind. If you take the example, right? Let us say if you have a benzene, right? You are reacting it with your electrophile. Now this electrophile be anything, SO, R plus anything. I'm writing general mechanism. So what happens is this bond, pi bond, break like this. So this carbon will get a negative charge. And this carbon will get a positive charge over here. So positive charge. This carbon gets negative charge and forms a bond with electrophile. So electrophile got added here. This is known as sigma complex. This is known as sigma complex, right? Now you see here, double bond, next position, positive charge. That means it is a condition for resonance. So now this particular, can anybody tell me this particular molecule sigma complex will be stabilized by how many resonating structures? How many resonating structures you can draw for this? Anybody? Anybody who can tell me how many resonating structures can be drawn? Very good, Ganesh. So if you break the bond like this, you'll get a positive charge here, negative on this carbon, negative positive will form a bond. This bond is like this, electrophile. And then there is a positive charge here, break the bond like this. And you'll get a double bond, positive charge here, electrophile here. So total it is stabilized by 3 resonating structure. I'm writing the most important part in the mechanism here. This step is slow step. What does it mean? It is rate determining step. You'll study more about it in chemical kinetics. It is rate determining step of the mechanism. To give you an example, if there is a car production unit, right? If there is a car production unit, if a unit produces 1 steering in a day, two engines in a day, right? So in 1 day, how many cars it can prepare? It will prepare 2 cars or 1 car? It will prepare 1. Because even if you prepare 2 engine, you prepare only 1 steering, you'll get 1 car only. So outcome of the unit is decided by slowest performing part of the plant. So if you prepare 100 engines also, does not matter. Outcome will depend upon how many steerings are produced. So therefore, slow going reaction step will decide rate of the reaction. This is the most important part, right? Very good, Kiran. Now, let's see this. This is the second step. Remember this. This is very important. Now, let me go to the third step of the mechanism. Now, in the second step, one thing has happened. An aromatic compound has been broken and converted into this compound. Can anybody tell me what is this compound? Can anybody tell me what is this compound? What is the nature of this compound which we have formed over here? What is this compound? Jainam, very good. This compound is non-aromatic because of there is one sp3 hybridized carbon here. So this is non-aromatic compound. So more stable compound is converted into less stable compound. That's what the mechanism is about. So therefore, it cannot stay as non-aromatic. It has to regain its aromaticity. Regain of aromaticity or loss of H plus ion. Right? What do we mean by this? The complex that you have got here is this. Electrophile was here. Next step may the hydrogen which you want to substitute, this bond will break like this. This carbon will get negative charge. Negatively charged carbon, positively charged carbon will form a double bond. And you'll get a electrophile. Your reaction is over. You have substituted your electrophile. You have substituted your hydrogen with electrophile, right? So this is the most important part. This is the mechanism. Now I'm going to draw the most important thing here, right? I have a question here for you. Please pay attention. I have a question here for you. We will answer it as a poll, right? If I give you benzene, this is very important question, easy one. If I give you benzene, if I give you all hydrogen of benzene substituted by deuterium, all hydrogen of benzene substituted by tritium. Right? I have given you this. Now, all of you pay attention and check here. One important thing, the question here is, if the rate of electrophilic substitution here is R1, rate of reaction here is R2, rate of reaction here is R3, what is the relation between R1, R2, R3? R1 greater than R2 greater than R3, B. R1 less than R2 less than R3, C. R1 equal to R2 equal to R3, D. None of the above. Which of the following is the correct? So basically in the benzene, if I replace benzene, hydrogen by deuterium and tritium, what will be the rate, how it will affect the rate of the reaction, right? That is the question. So do it fast. All right, so we can see many of you have started answering. Still, I see only 50% of you have voted. I still see many of you have not voted. So please vote fast. Whatever you feel is the right answer, please attempt that. Some have voted on chat also. I'm getting their answers. Ganesh, you have applied a very good concept, but please check it again. I would recommend you to please check it again. Narek, you also. Rate of electrophilic substitution reaction. Kiran, listen to the question carefully. Rate of electrophilic substitution reaction. That is what we are reading here, no? Yes. So let's end it over a count of 3, 2, 1, now. All right. So as you can see, many of you have voted. There is approximately 43% of you have voted A, 41% have voted B, 15% had voted C, 2% have voted D. That means most of you agree the answer is either A, B, or C. Correct answer, let me tell you here, student, is C. So huge round of applause for those who answered C logically. If you guessed it, you were lucky enough. If you answered it logically, then I appreciate. It's a very good question. If you have answered it logically, very good, students. So why it is C? Why it is C? Very important. Why it is C? I told you here, which step determines the rate? This step. In this step, are you breaking your hydrogen bond, carbon-hydrogen bond? Are you breaking your carbon-hydrogen bond here? No. So in this step, carbon-hydrogen bond is not broken. It is broken in which step? This step, which is a first step. So if you take CH, or you take CD, or you take CT, it is not going to affect your rate, because this step where the CH bond is broken, do not decide rate. Do not decide rate. What decides rate here? Attack of electrophile decides rate here. So therefore, whether you take CH, CD, or CT, all of them will have same rate of reaction. That is why I mentioned in the mechanism, slow step is rate determining step, students. So the correct answer here is C. So basically all of you got tricked by the question. Yes, you are very much right. Where share? So I hope it is clear, students. That's why this question was given, no? That's why this question was given, Naren. Janam, I think you also voted wrong, despite of knowing the concept. And Janam, you were asking, is this mechanism important for JEE? Remember, Janam, anything we study is never less or more important. Question can be asked from any topic. So Ravikiran, I'll repeat it again. So Ravikiran, you can see CH bond is broken in this step, which is a fast step. And this step is not determining the rate. This step is not deciding the rate. Which step is deciding rate? Second step. Here CH bond is not broken. So whether you take CH, CD, or CT bond, it is not going to affect the rate, because it is going to remain as it is in the rate determining step. If you are not breaking it in the rate determining step, how it will affect the rate? Right? You are breaking it in a step which is not affecting the rate. So whether it break fast, slow, it is not going to affect the rate, right? Most likely, Vivek, you're right. Personally speaking, I personally feel any exam, JEE Advanced or JEE Advanced Plus or JEE Mains is not a tough exam. It's all about knowing the concept from the basic very well. If you know every concept well, be it the world's toughest exam, you can solve it easily, right? Among three, which is the better nucleophile? If I talk about these three, I would say the nucleophilic order will be tritiated benzene, followed by deuterated benzene, followed by hydrated benzene, right? But again, it will not affect your rate much because the pi electrons here do not depend upon CH electron density, right? They are loosely bound, they will easily react. So the donation of electrons from CH or CD bond is very less. So Sonali, I know where you are going. I know what you are thinking, but do not go in that direction. That's a wrong approach, right? That's why I have answered you this. All right, let me take you to now. I hope this question was clear to everyone. Now, which groups, right? Substituted benzene. Substituted benzene. Substituted benzene. Substituted benzene. What will happen if I take a substituted benzene, right? If I take a benzene, please pay attention carefully. If the group present on benzene is a group which is showing plus R effect. I hope all of you know what is plus R effect. If a group on benzene show plus R effect, then it is called, most of the times, there are some exceptions, then it is activating group. Why it is activating group? It will increase rate of reaction. It increases rate of reaction. It increases rate of reaction. Why? If it donate electron to benzene, benzene electron density will increase. So negative charge on benzene will increase. So attack of electrophile, which is positively charged, will be faster, right? So positively charged species will be able to attack benzene faster. Why? Because benzene has more negative charge now, right? And I have told it in resonance also. In such case, electrophile which you add in this goes to ortho and para position. Electrophile will go to ortho and para position. Why ortho and para position? Because if you do the resonance, ortho and para gets negative charge. Just go and check the applications of resonance. We have discussed it there. So if you do the resonance, ortho and para position will get negative charge. So electrophile will come and attach at ortho and para position. Now, if this group shows minus R effect, I am writing the examples of plus R, OH, OR, NH2. These are the groups which show plus R. If the group shows minus R, right, then they are called deactivating group. It is very important. They are called deactivating group, right? They decrease rate of reaction. They decrease the rate of reaction. And in this case, electrophile goes to meta position. Meta position. Why meta position? Because orthopara gets positive charge due to resonance. If orthopara gets positive, electrophile is also positive. Electrophile cannot go to orthopara, so it will go to meta. I hope it is clear. I'll take a question and explain you this concept with a question, right? Now see carefully. If I take benzene, right, and I carry out its nitration, concentrated HNO3 plus concentrated H2SO4, after carrying out its nitration, I will get nitrobenzene. All of you understand this, right? You'll get nitrobenzene. And if I do the halogenation now, so I think somebody had asked about orthopara. Now concept of orthopara will come. In the presence of AlCl3 anhydrous, now NO2 has what effect? Plus R or minus R? NO2 has what effect? Plus R or minus R? Minus R. So now electrophile Cl plus will go to which position? It goes to meta. It will go to meta. So your product obtained here will be NO2 is this. With respect to NO2, this position is ortho. This is meta. So you'll get meta chloronitrobenzene. Right? So this is the example I wanted to give you. Now, how to decide which is more activating, which is more deactivating? For that, I'm giving you one series. Please pay attention, all of you. This is very important. I'm writing a series of functional group here. Please copy it. You'll not find it in books easily. So pH here is benzene. I'm repeating, pH here is benzene. If benzene pe you have O minus, then benzene pe you have NR2, then benzene pe you have NH2, then benzene pe you have OH, then benzene pe you have OR, right? So these are the groups. All these groups show plus R and they are strongly activating groups. They are strongly activating groups. I would suggest you to remember this table I am giving you because it will help you a lot in the coming questions. It will help you a lot in the coming questions, right? So these are strongly activating groups. Now, let me take example of some more groups. If you take pH, benzene pe you have NH, COR. So this is in decreasing order of reactivity, right? So remember, plus R groups increases rate of reaction. OCOR. Benzene pe you have alkyl group. Then you have benzene pe another benzene. Then on benzene you have CH double bond Cr2, right? All these groups are moderately activating. They are moderately activating group. That means who will increase the rate of reaction? This is more reactive than this compound. That is the meaning of this, right? Yes, Athar, I'm back here. Benzene pe O minus, NR2, NH2, OH, OR. All right, Athar. So I hope it is clear now. Now let me come here. Now the next examples which I'm taking, minus X, CHO, COR, right? This is only halogen, right? This is weakly deactivating. Weakly deactivating. Halogens are weakly deactivating. Remember this? But they will send the electrophile to orthopara. Why? Because they show plus R effect, right? So weakly deactivating, but send electrophile to orthopara, right? This is in decreasing order, Kayuri. This is in decreasing order. I'm writing it in decreasing order. You'll have COOR esters, COOH, followed by COCl, right? It is weakly deactivating, Ashutosh. Check again. Most likely it is weakly deactivating only. As far as I remember, Ashutosh, it is weakly deactivating because minus I is greater than plus R for this. It sends electrophile to orthopara because it is having plus R effect, right? Now let me take the next examples for you. The strongly activating ones are deactivating CF3 on benzene, pH C triple bond N, pH SO3 OH, pH NH3 plus, pH NR3 plus, and pH NO2. So this will be decreasing order of the reactions. So remember this order. So you can see a third. You can see a third. Take a screenshot. I'm going to do questions on this. All of you, please attend all the questions I'm discussing here. They're extremely important. I know, Kiran, just give me another 10 minutes. I can understand your point. You wrote COR twice. Okay, eliminate once. This is H, sorry. This is acid, H. That is acid. All right, so these are the groups. I hope you have taken the screenshot. I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now let me take some questions here for you. Right? So I have some questions here for you. Yes. So this question, all of you please try to read this question. We are raising a poll for this. So the question given is decreasing order of reactivity. On benzene here you have CH3, benzene पे COH, benzene itself and nitrobenzene. Which will be more reactive? I'll take that later. Chandan, beta, take screenshots. I can't spend so much time for you to write. Otherwise, we will never finish this. So we are raise the poll. Anyway, Chandan, I'll after the class, I'll show you the previous slide. You can take screenshot. So please attempt this question. Please attempt this question. Please attempt this question. All the questions I'm discussing over here are previous year questions. So they are extremely important. All right. So please take your time, finish this. We still got time. We can discuss 3-4 questions. I make sure I'll finish the class on time. Please don't leave by that time. All right, still only 14% of you have voted, students. I'm going to end it soon. So this is benzene, CH3 on benzene. This is COH on benzene. This is just benzene. This is nitrobenzene. What will be the order of reactivity? All right. So we are going to end it on a count of 3. So please vote fast. If you have not voted yet. Yes, Monisha, I got your answer. You are correct. So on a count of 3, 2, 1, we are ending it now. Yes, students, you are correct. The answer is B. That is B. Because CH3 has plus I, it will increase rate. COH minus R, NO2 minus R. Benzene, nothing. So CH3 is most. So option C and D are wrong. So most is CH3. Followed by normal benzene. Minus R will decrease rate. Minus R for NO2 is more than COH. Therefore, NO2 will be least reactive. Then your COH, then your 3, then 1. You can follow that order also. You'll get the same answer. All right. Same question. Same question. We are raising the poll over here again. Please attend this. We are raising the poll over here. Please attend this as well. Gopal Krishna, it cannot be D because in D, Gopal Krishna, in D, option 1 was not maximum. Benzene pe CH3 will be most reactive. In option D, 1 was not maximum. All right, so please vote fast. See this carefully. Yes. So we are ending it on a count of 3. So please vote fast. We are ending it on a count of 3, 2, 1, now. Yes, so again you can see CH3 has plus I, COH has minus R. Gopal Krishna, your doubt will be cleared here also. And here benzene has nothing. So plus R plus I increases rate, minus R decreases rate, and this will do nothing. So most reactive will be 1, followed by 2, followed by 3. That is the correct option here is A. The correct option here is A, which is answered by many of you. Now there are 4 options in front of you. It is also an easy question. If you have all 4 of them in the mixture, NO2 plus electrophile attack which of the following? 1, 2, 3, 4. It will attack which of the following? 1, 2, 3, 4. It will attack which of the following? Go fast, guys. Yes, Adesh, I got your answer. You are right, Adesh. I'm very happy, Adesh, for you at least. Seeing the concern you had for organic chemistry, I'm very happy for you. All right. So students will end it fast because it's a straightforward question. So please vote fast. Right. So I'm beginning the countdown. Please vote fast. If you know the answer, please vote fast. So we are going to end this question on a count of 3. This is our second last question. One last question, which is very important, is pending. I'll write it. On a count of 3, 2, 1. We are ending it now. Yes, the answer is D, because PHO minus is most reactive. We have seen the order, it is most reactive. Now you can understand the order I have given you. If you remember that, you can solve all the question in 30 seconds. After PHO minus will come CCl3 because it has minus I. Then CHO least will be 2. Right? Now students, I have one last question. Just bear me for one last question. Please see this question. This is very important question. Right? I'm writing it over here. This is your benzene. There is a NH, C double bond O, another benzene. If I treat it with concentrated HNO3 in concentrated H2SO4, you'll get a product A. You have to identify your product A. I'm writing the options over here. The options are benzene, NH, CO, benzene. There is NO2 at this position, right? Or else I can make it easier, short question here. It will take less time. So my question here is, NO2 will go to which position? Let me mark the positions. This is position A. This is position B. This is position C. This is position D. So option A, B, C, D. NO2 will go to which position? Option A, position A, position B, position C, position D. All of you be careful while answering this. It's a tricky question. All of you be careful while answering this. Why I have given you this question? This question has been asked in JEE Main. This has been asked in JEE Advanced. This has been asked in NEET also. This is a common question for all the exams. All right, go for it, students. Please vote fast. So as I see, only few of you have voted so far. So please vote fast. This is our last question for the day. And as I told you, as I promised you, I'm ending the class on time. Answer it, yes, students. I'm telling you again and again. Khushi, please check again, beta. Yes, these are strongly deactivating group, beta. They are strongly deactivating groups. All right, let's end it on a count of 3, 2, 1. Now. Got it. So as you see, many of you have voted for B, and B is the correct option, students. Very good, all of you. B is the correct answer. 2 things you need to see. First is whether it will go to ring 1 or ring 2. So for that, you should see ring 1 has NH, which has lone pair. So NH will show plus R for this ring. Ring 2 has CO, which will show minus R. Which will show minus R. That means That means this ring is deactivated ring and this is activated ring. So reaction will happen at activated ring, either A or B. Now, due to steric hindrance between NH and NO2, which will come here, ortho will be less stable. Therefore, electrophile will go to para. So electrophile goes to para due to steric hindrance at ortho. But again, if you have at ortho position some molecule which can form hydrogen bond, ortho will be more stable in that case, right? So I hope it is clear. Yes, students, if you have any doubt in this question, you can ask. I am done for the class. Thank you for joining in and having a patience for hearing it to me, right? If you have any other doubt, students, you can ask. There are 1 or 2 advanced concepts. Like I wanted to discuss one more concept, but okay, we'll do it some other day extra class mein. But for your JEE Mains need, this is sufficient enough. Ronish, which thing you wanted? Yes, Neeraj, definitely. Thank you, Keetan. Sanat, Sony, please message me, Sanat. I'll definitely send you that. Second question, increasing order. Guys, those who have doubt, please wait. Let others go. I'll clear all the doubts one by one. Guys, those who have doubt, thank you, Shavni. Guys, those who have doubt, please wait. I will clear all your doubts because there are a lot of people messaging on the chat. I will not be able to see your message. Yes, this is strongly deactivating groups. Yes, tomorrow I'm going to start with solid state. All of you, please attend. It's very important chapter. Chandrasekhar, NEET module for hydrocarbons. I think we are updating this thing, DPPs. Once we don't have some soft copies, once we get the soft copies, we'll definitely upload. Which are weekly deactivating groups. Kayuri, you can see here, these are weekly deactivating group, only halogen. Actually, not just halogen. There is one more example, NO. NO is also weekly deactivating. Right? These two are weekly deactivating. Naren, message me beta. I'll send you. Thank you, Dhanush. Bye-bye. Take care. I'll repeat it. Sonali, I'll repeat it. Sonali, I'll repeat it. Just stay back. Let the others go. Because there's a flood of chat. I can't read all the messages. So those who have doubts, please stay back. I'll clear all your doubts. Yes, Kayuri, after halogen, these are moderately deactivating group. These are moderately deactivating group. And in the last slide, you have deactivating groups. But I have taught for everything, Shreya. I have taught PUC board syllabus. I have taught CET. I have taught everything. I'm not sure whether I teach good or not, but I can teach. That I know. Chandan, I'll repeat beta. Let this get over. I'll definitely repeat. Is it the inductive effect of isotopes different? Ananya, yes, it is different. I'll tell you why it does not. Sonali's doubt is also same, Ananya. I'll answer that. Let the people... Tanmay, I'll repeat the last question. Just a minute, Tanmay. Yes. Very good, Sonat. That's a good thing. Thank you, Chandan. Thanks a lot. It depends upon people to people, Chandan, actually. I may be good for some of them. I may not be good for some of them also. So that part comes every time. Nahi, Shreya, don't worry. I had not taken it offensive. Don't worry, Shreya. Don't take it seriously. I just said I have taught before also. Don't worry about it. I am completely fine with your... I have not taken it otherwise. Don't worry. Just relax. So just have a smile on your face and go. Don't worry about it at all. I just said I have taken boards 2-3 years back. I'll restart basically. I definitely remember which question come for which marks, how many marks, all those things. I remember that. All right. So yeah. Now, students, you can start shooting up your doubts. Whoever has doubts and who are waiting for me to clear their doubts, you can ask one by one. I'll kindly explain all of them. Chandan said, last question. All right. So coming back to this, Chandan and Tanmay, both of you have a common doubt. So let's see this. So Chandan, there are two things. One, this benzene, there is another benzene, this benzene. So this benzene is directly bonded to NH, which has a lone pair of electron, Chandan. And I told you if it has a lone pair of electron, NH will show which effect? Plus R. That means it will donate lone pair of electron to benzene, and this benzene will be activated. Electron density on benzene will increase. Whereas this benzene is bonded to CO, which has minus R effect. So it will withdraw electron from benzene. So electron density on benzene, this benzene will decrease. So therefore this benzene will be deactivated. So now Chandan, do you understand which ring will be more reactive? Ring 1 or ring 2? Chandan and Tanmay, which ring will be more reactive? Ring 1 or ring 2? Both of you, you have a common doubt? Very good, Tanmay. So ring 1 is more reactive, right? Now among ring 1 also, it is showing, NH is showing plus R. So electrophile can go to ortho or para. That means it can go to A or it can go to B. This is ortho, this is para. So I said electrophile will go to para, that is B. I said B is correct. Why electrophile will go to para? Because if you send electrophile to ortho, between NH and NO2 at ortho, there will be steric hindrance, right? They will repel each other. So ortho will be less stable. Therefore, para is a major product than ortho. But it is not always true. If at ortho you have a molecules which can show hydrogen bonding, then in that case, your ortho will be more major product than para. So usually para is major product because at ortho you have a steric hindrance. But like conformational analysis, if at ortho you have a group which can form hydrogen bond, then ortho will be more stable. I hope it is clear, Chandan and Tanmay. And is there Sonali still there? Sonali and one more person was having a common doubt. All right, Tanmay. Take care.